Okay, so I have been doing telekinesis for about 5 days now, and I'm not really that experienced with it, but I can definitely give you some tips because when I read certain information, my ability to move the side wheel increased greatly, and I just want to share this technique with you guys because I'm sure there's a lot of people struggling out there with telekinesis, and it's not an easy thing to learn, because it's like a part of your brain you've never ever used before, and just like you can't just expect to start working. You have to like train it. So usually before I do telekinesis, I usually meditate, and it seems kind of weird, but it really does help, and it clears your mind of everything. You can just focus. And meditating earlier, and I was like almost falling asleep. I would just like in such a deep concentration and meditation is really cool. But yeah, so definitely meditate. That's my first step for you. Meditate. Just concentrate. Open your mind. Like just leave it blank. You'll go so far if you can just do that. Okay. And then when you start telekinesis, I suggest making a side wheel. If you don't know how to make that, then Google it or something. It's a PSI wheel. Yeah, that's how I spell it. And basically, sorry, yeah, but basically, it's like a little, like I use tinfoil. It's like a little pyramid on a toothpick for me, and toothpick stuck to some type of base. I have paper, but I folded it a lot of times, so it's a sturdy base. But yeah, and if you can get that spinning, basically got it spinning my second day of trying it. No, maybe my first day of trying it. Yeah. Yeah, basically, it's really easy to spin if you're doing all the techniques right. The first 2 days, I was trying to use a pen, and that was just way too heavy for me to start with. I did not realize it was too heavy for me. So yeah, and so I visualize it. I visualize it going a lot faster than I normally want it to, or I visualize it going at the speed I want it to, depending on like my mood and stuff. I visualize it, right? And I tell my subconscious mind, just like I tell it to do it. It's going to happen because I want it to happen. That's basically why it works, because you want it to happen. There's no scientific explanation for it besides the fact that you want it to happen. I guess there is one. I could go elaborate on it, my theory of what happens, but you guys would be bored to death. I can make another video if you guys want me to about why it happens, but I just think you don't want to. You don't really turn that camera, the sun's getting in my face. So yeah, and okay, so I visualize. I tell my subconscious mind that I want it to happen, and and then I either finish it, which I'll explain how to finish it in a second, or I will imagine energy coming from my belly and my head through my arms to my fingers. And wait, I've stopped this video for a second. Okay, sorry for that. So I was talking about that I imagine energy coming from my head and my belly, which apparently have a third eye or something up there, and it is a source of energy. And then apparently, I also heard a rumor that the belly can be a source of energy. So I just imagine energy coming from there to my arms. I always put my arm close to the object I want. So if my hand is the object, whatever, I would put my hand really close to it, because that just makes the energy like it gives it more direct route. If you talk, you know what I'm saying, like more direct route. And they're closer to the object, which helps. And you always have to think you're one with the object. You and the object really aren't different. You both have energy. You have to imagine yourself that you are the same thing, which is very important. Very, very important to imagine that. I can't stress it enough. It's very important. And then when you're done with it, I usually like almost imagine myself sending an email to my subconscious mind, like clicking, a little button on my mouse, click, and imagine it going. The message is delivered. My subconscious mind reads it, it understands it, and then it performs the task. And basically, after I imagine something and everything, I get my hands next to the object, I open my eyes, because I have to have my eyes closed the entire time, and I just wait. And it could happen instantly, it could happen in 30 seconds, it could happen in 5 minutes. I mean, that's one thing I'm not good with, is telling it when to happen. I need to start focusing on that. But yeah, and it's basically what I do, and it works most of the time if I had a good meditation session. If it's basically the most important thing for me is having a good meditation session, I can't stress enough how much a clear mind is. Sorry about that. I can't stress that enough. It's extremely important. Okay, so hopefully these tips helped you. Oh, also cautions. If you are doubting yourself that telekinesis is not real, telekinesis is not real, you will not be able to do it. Period. You can't do it if you don't think it's real. That's also very important to remember. I know these are a lot of things, so maybe you have to rewatch the video, like it, while you're rewatching it. But yeah, I also want to give a call out to this guy called Daryl Sloan, because he gives a lot of good tips. He also gives some tips about theories of God and stuff that I like to listen to. But yeah, so follow these tips. They may not work for you, but they work for me. Okay, so yes, yeah.